Welcome to My Opinion here on My Opinion TV. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, click the notification bell so as soon as a video is released, you'll be one of the first to be notified. And this morning, we want to look at an incident that took place in Homestead, and we're also going to touch a little bit on that tragic incident where the bodyguard of Finance Minister Nigel Clark was killed. But first up, the incident that took place in Homestead. And the Jamaica Loop is reporting a suspected gunman was shot and injured and a firearm recovered in Homestead on Thursday. Two soldiers were also injured during the exchange with armed men, the Constabulary Communication Unit reported. Reports are that about 6 a.m., members of a joint police military team went to Mansfield Avenue section of the parish, and while they were approached by a man in the area who reportedly opened fire at them. Police sources said a shootout ensued and the man was shot and injured and a firearm was recovered. Two JDF soldiers were also injured during the exchange. Sources report that one of the soldiers was shot in the abdomen and the other in the left leg. The soldiers are reportedly in stable condition. However, we have since heard that the gunman has died. And Homestead in St. Catherine, over the years, good time now, have been a place that has its own share of violence. But we haven't heard much in that community in a long while. So this is just one of the stories coming out of Spanish Town, St. Catherine, Homestead community that we haven't heard for a while. But when a community, you haven't heard certain things happening in a community for a while, it doesn't mean the toxic environment is not there. Sometimes it's just that the police haven't given that area much attention, or these toxic people are carrying out their acts elsewhere. Now the police and the soldiers were doing their normal checks, and they were pounced upon by these men who fired on them. Well, based on what we are hearing, the two soldiers that were injured, their conditions are not considered life-threatening. But as I've always said, and I always maintain, attack on law enforcement officers is an attack on the state. And these men should, whoever the others are, when they are held, should be punished in the most brutal way or in the most drastic way. Full force of the law must be given to these men, because the police and soldiers are sworn to protect law-abiding citizens of this country. But yet still, these unlawful hoodlums go around trying to get the police and the soldiers out of their way to carry out their acts on lawful, unharmed citizens, because their target is always unarmed citizens. They don't target persons who are armed. Now and again, they might come across someone who is armed, but yet still, most of the time, the only way they can be successful in carrying out their act is when the armed person is unaware that he or she is coming under attack. But, as I said, it's a sad time, because as a security personnel, you go out on the street, it might be the last day you see your family. Now, these soldiers injured have to give God thanks their lives were spared. But we hope that the police are appealing to residents. We hope that the residents will come forward with any bit of information they have in terms of giving police assistance to the other men that were involved in the shooting. But let me know what you think in the comment section, as the police strive to bring some justice to these shooters of the two soldiers, and we hope they will be caught very, very soon. But let me know what you think in the comment section. The other story we want to look at is the most unfortunate incident happened yesterday, where a policeman, who is one of the close protection officers assigned to senior cabinet minister, lost his life in a fierce accident in Falmouth in Trelawney. Dead is Sergeant Marlon Smith. It is understood that the vehicle in which Sergeant Smith was driving was hit by a truck and overturned. A fire broke out and Sergeant Smith lost his life. The cabinet minister, Dr. Nigel Clark, was reportedly in a vehicle which was driving ahead of the SUV which crashed, and it claimed the life of the CPO. Dr. Clark was not harmed. The death of Sergeant Smith is creating shockwaves across the Jamaica Constabulary Force and within government circles, as the deceased policeman was a long-time serving member of the Constabulary who previously was assigned to Government Minister Derek Smith. And we here at My Opinion TV offer sincere condolences to the family of Sergeant Smith. Very, very sad story. It hurt my heart just to look at the video and see, fire blazing. It seems as if the policeman was not even given a chance to make it out of that vehicle. It seemed like the vehicle just burst into flames immediately after the accident. And, it's sad. No one should lose their life like this, but it's just the reality of life. And as I said, sometimes you leave your house, leave your family behind. It's the last time you'll ever see them. And these officers, it's bad already fighting crime, and for them to be running up against motor vehicle accident, even though it's an unfortunate incident, his life was snuffed out based on that. And for him to be caught in the midst of that blaze, it just pains my heart to know that, a person lost their life in that manner. But we hope his family will find peace and will be consoled at this time in his passing. It's just the Jamaica Constabulary Force mourns the loss of their beloved Sergeant Smith. And we hope, the force will be motivated. I know it's going to be a sad morning. I know Dr. Nigel Clark also must be shaken up by this incident, because clearly when the accident happened, he must have realized and maybe turned back and went to the scene. And to see that fire blazing and the fire brigade trying to put out the fire, and knowing that one of your security detail is inside that vehicle, I think it's going to be a very, very sad time for Finance Minister, that's Dr. Nigel Clark. But as I said, on behalf of My Opinion TV, we say sincere condolences to the members of the Jamaica Constabulary Force and to the family of Sergeant Marlon Smith. But let me know what you think in the comment section. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, click the notification bell, so as soon as a video is released, you'll be one of the first to be notified. Until next time, stay safe, look out for a loved one, look out for the children, most of all, keep it locked on My Opinion TV.